Right, good afternoon, good guitar people. I've done this kind of video before, but I'm doing it again because I can't find the video I was trying to reference. And what this video is going to be about is radius blocks for doing radiusing guitars and just leveling the frets and stuff. Now, well, no, I prefer to use a beam to level frets, but sometimes we use a radius block. And what I do is I picked up a trick mainly to do with sanding beams, where you put a strip of tape, masking tape on it, then you put super glue on the masking tape and glue with sandpaper to the masking tape, and that way when you peel off the sandpaper, when you want to put some new sandpaper on there, all you got to do is peel off masking tape as such, like so, normally, and it leaves you a clean surface. And I'm going to show how to do that. And first I'm going to pull off this one 12-inch radius block, which I use a lot. But what you want is you want this to come off pretty easy, and you want it smooth when you've peeled everything off. So to use this super glue trick, what you do is you put a couple of layers of masking tape overlapping each other. Keep it flat, keep the radius, but you don't want the super glue seeping through and getting to the wood, because you defeat the object and your radius block ain't going to last too long, is it? So I'm going to peel all around the edges on this. So just bear with me, it is going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do this from scratch. I'm going to take the camera off me in a minute. Might have a problem because super glue's got to places where it shouldn't have gone, not to where it shouldn't have gone, but safe places really. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. Oh, there you go. And we're going to remove all the old masking tape. Can you see that? We've got glue in these places around here. It don't matter around there. It's the surface we need to be kept clean. This surface here. And you see, got a little bit of residue on there. I can get that off with my thumb, but that's the old paper. I'll take it off. What I'll do is I could stick some white spirit on there and move this residue off. I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to pick it off with my thumb. Really easy. And what we've done with this is, I'm going to get some white spirit on here in a second. But as you can see, the surface of a radius block is like new. Now this is a bit grubby because it's been used a lot. I'm going to put a bit of white spirit on there, just get a wipe over, get it all nice and clean. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we build this up. To accept some new sandpaper. Just get some white spirit. Old tea towel. It looks dirty, but it's not dirty, it's just an old grubby thing. And what I'm going to do is just put a bit of white spirit on there, just clean up this wooden block. Make sure there's nothing on there we don't need. And that's it, smooth and clean. And what we're going to do is we're going to put masking tape on there. We're going to put 2 layers on there, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to show you how I do that. First and foremost, I find the end. This is 1-inch masking tape. I normally use the thinner stuff from this, but this is great because you can get 3 strips across here. We're just going to take a strip like so, and we're just going to bang it over the top there, over the edge. Reason we do this is, when it comes to removing it later, we can remove it easily. That's it, all we've got to do is do that in there, stick it in there anyhow there. We do that to both ends. Sometimes I cut it, you don't really need to cut it. Alright, get it on both ends like so. And that's it. I'm going to move the camera now and I'm going to show you how we'll go about this. Right, there you go. Lid on there, job done. Turn the camera around, really quick and easy this. Not a difficult job at all. That camera's fine there, that's there. Take some masking tape, get a length, chair a bit over. What we're going to do is, we're just going to line it up, Fold it over. Job done. Next piece, same again. Line it up. We're not going to overlap, and we're not going to leave a, we're trying not to leave a gap, so I want to get as close as possible without overlapping. Pretty hard to do when it's all the same colour, but there you go. Got a little bit of a gap in there, we're not bothered about that. The reason we're not bothered about that is I'm going to show you in a minute. You see what I'm doing here, don't you? Now you think, oh right, what I do is when I get to this bit here, just rip the ends down so we've got no overlap on these bits that overlap. And what we do is rip off like that. You can see that. I'm not going to move the camera, I'm not going to faff about. Now we've got one complete layer of masking tape. Now the thing is, that's no good, because if we start banging super glue on there, it's going to seep through these gaps here. There's a gap, that's sort of tiny gap. So what we're going to do is we're going to go again. And what we're going to do is we're going to overlap. And you'll see how this works in a moment. See how we've overlapped half and half, and we've covered that gap. We're going to do it again on this piece. But because we're doing the same thickness everywhere, we're going to keep that radius. Because we've got two layers everywhere. Go right up to the line as close as we can go. There you go. One, two. Now we're going to be a bit more careful here. Again, come to this side, we're going to match up. No overlap. Rip off right at the edge. Slide it against this open, rip off right at the edge. There you go. Absolutely perfect. And what we do is once that's done, we fold over and we tuck in. That's brilliant. Now we're going to do the top side. Up to the line. Don't know if you get a small gap on this, it's not going to make no difference to the radius. Tear off at the edge. Tear off at the edge. Absolutely brilliant. Don't worry about that, as long as the surface is covered, we're fine. And that's it, we've got the whole surface covered in two layers of masking tape. You can see that, can't you? And all we've got to do now is, I've already cut this to size. I'm going to get some super glue on. I'm going to put just dash super glue on there. What we're going to do is, we've got a folded tea towel. I'm just going to press the sandpaper on. I'm going to bang that there. Super glue. Watch this, because the fumes are getting your eyeballs. It's not pleasant. Get some super glue. A couple of lines down here, up to the edges. That's all you need. I'm going to take, I did get a tool out, so I've got a tool there, look. I'm going to spread the super glue all the way. Let's say, keep your eyes out, road. I'm not a big fan of super glue, but it's brilliant for this job. There you go. Super glue all everywhere. Wipe your whatever you're using. Use a piece of plastic, whatever. You're going to get your sandpaper, you're going to position it where it needs to be. You know, just dab it on, and all I'm going to do is turn it over, dab it on the tea towel, or whatever you're using. And it's that simple. And there, you've got a radius block. Just move the camera. It really is that simple. You've now got a radius block, 12-inch radius block. You could use for skimming over your frets. When it comes to removing this, you know how to do it. You're going to peel off your paper. Peel the whole lot off. You're going to be left with a clean surface. That is how to make a radius block. Super glue, masking tape. Hope you find this interesting. About more handy tips shortly. See you soon.